We're back with the Moody Blues. Strange times. An English sunset. What is an English sunset?
Well, it really, the song is about, I suppose it's just like a tongue-in-cheek look at England and the English, which we are. For better or worse, that's what we are. You know, we're a member of a nation that wasn't born part of the greatest nation on earth like you are. You know, so we're a part of a nation.
You mean
that
Africa?
was yeah, well, no, but America. You know, God bless America, for goodness sake. But so it's a light-hearted look at that, and I've lived abroad for a while now, away from England. My child grew up and that kind of stuff, and just moved away. And just the changes that England goes through, and the beauty of it, and it's really where our heart is, you know, in the end. And so it's a time of change, and I suppose the sunset is the sort of the end, and also the beginning, a new beginning for the country.
Let's get a Union Jack in here. Can we get a Union Jack just to fly it on the wall?
It's kind of sad and sorry and beautiful at the same time. You know, but
Is this was this photograph on the album cover?
No, it wasn't. No,
because I'm looking at that beach, going, England?
No, maybe Caribbean.
Yeah, I'm going, Caribbean. Water there. It's not rainy. It's not foggy.
Yeah, if it sets in England, of course, it's rising in the Caribbean zone.
Did you guys play there?
No.
Just been there a lot.
I've been there a lot.
I've played there, but just only jam sessions. Things like that.
So let's get to some questions from your huge fan base. So many people are online right now, and they want to have their questions answered. So let's talk about. This is from Via Vagan. That's her name, or his name. First of all, happy birthday, Justin. Says it right there.
Oh, thank you very much.
Somebody out there knows.
Oh,
happy
that's very nice.
Justin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the marvelous Strange Times CD.
See, they bought it already.
Already, they clicked it and purchased it. Yeah. Somebody's beating you to the punch, folks. Click and buy. Were there many strange times you experienced during the recording of Strange Times? And what was the best time? What was the best thing about Italy?
Oh, food. The food, the people, the friendship, the family. You know, just the whole ambience of it.
Yeah, the vibe was great. What we did differently on this album is that we really went back to how we've made albums at the very beginning. You know, when we first started, we were all in our late teens, early 20s, and we got in the studio and we lived in the studio together, you know, sort of 24 hours a day, and we really haven't done that since then. But with this album, because we all moved to a particular new country, we couldn't go back home every night, so we actually all lived together in the studio for periods of time. And it's really good because although we know each other, and we've known each other forever, it's really nice to find all the little bits that sometimes you forget, you know, you take for granted. Because it's very easy with a relationship to start calling out numbers instead of conversation, you know, because you say, oh, number one conversation, and we know what that means. But, you know, that was one of the lovely things about it. And then the whole ambience of Italy just was like the icing on the top.
But I would imagine the accommodations got stepped up a little bit from 30 years ago.
Actually, we found a little hotel in an Italian port, and it's a very small hotel, and just run by a husband and wife, and they just looked after us, and it was wonderful. But we had a little view over the fishing port, and every morning the old fishing boats would go, chum, 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 chum. Just the last thing you wanted to hear, to be honest. And we probably got in bed a few hours before that. But it was a wonderful experience.
This is from Dreamfish, and if you know these people, you might.
What a great name.
Dreamfish says, happy birthday, Justin.
Oh, thank you, Dreamfish.
This is from Linda K. The question is for John. I have heard your style of bass playing to be similar to Paul McCartney. Do you agree with that statement?
Well, Paul's a great bass player, and we came up through the same rock and roll era. And I know we shouldn't be talking about Paul's new album, but you know, he's doing a dedication of all rock and roll songs. And I think we came through a time when we were learning all bass parts from all American records. You know, like, particularly Little Richard, the Treniers, and bands like this had beautiful bass parts.
Little Richard.
And so we used to try and follow all these bass parts, and they all stemmed, you know, from left hands of boogie piano. Or stride pianos, and I think we learned our craft from there. And I think probably what we have in common is that our bass playing is a cross really between bass and cello, and it's harmonic. It seems to have to go with the melody of the songs.
Well, good golly, Miss Molly.
Hey, long, tall salad.
Pat Boone covered it better, though, right?
Yes.
All right. So you made 3 times their mouth. All right. Anyway, that's the hypocrisy and it's built into the system. I have nothing to do with that. I've been a fan. This is from guest number 282. I've been a fan since the late 60s and still listening and admire your group. Why did you decide to record in Italy?
We decided to record in Italy, first of all, because we couldn't decide where to record. We couldn't decide on a producer to make the record with, and we couldn't decide where to do it. And we were working a lot on the road, and then so eventually we decided that we wouldn't make a decision. So what happened was that I had done some work in this little studio in Italy, which is not far from where I live. I'd done some songs on an Italian film soundtrack, and I knew it was great. And anyway, I knew the other guys would like it. So John asked me, he said, well, you know, what's it like down there? So we both went down together just to do a couple of demos to this beautiful house. It's right on the Ligurian coast and right on the sea. It's between Genoa and Portofino. It's in a little village called Recco. And a lovely old house with a state-of-the-art studio in the basement. So we went down, we took a week down there, and we met an Italian keyboard player that's still with us to this day now, called Danilo Modernia. Got his own website, and he's a really interesting guy, Danilo. And so we met him, and then we just put together like a couple of demos in this first week, and halfway through the first week we realized we weren't making demos, this was the real thing. And so we thought, well, if we can get the other guys to come down and get them away out of bed, you know, and come down to Italy, we know that they'll love it and it'll be beautiful. And because we're in the same place there, and there was no record company people around, no managers, nothing at all, you know. So
it's still on.
So we just had to get on with it and do it.
Yeah. Right on. Well,
yeah. That's what we decided, because I'd been there first and loved it.
And you forced your will on the other guy.
Yeah, of course. In a very subtle way, yeah.
Yeah. Close to my house, I don't travel much. Your ticket's in the mail.
Yeah.
Well, that's the CD, folks. Click it, buy it now. Strange Times, The Moody Blues. Great CD. I listened to it 20 times today. More questions from the world. This is from guest number 250. Who is the one?
Oh, interesting.
The one, it's actually about people who sell their story, which people do a lot in England, you know, and sell their story to the media and rat on all of their friends and stuff.
Because that's the English way.
English
way.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the English way?
That's it.
Is that a whole ball of wax that the English way is?
No, you know what it is. I mean,
no, I don't.
You do.
Does it have something to do with the family, or talk to me? I don't know.
You've seen Spy Who Shagged Me.
I'm from Long Island. The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That's it.
Yeah, baby.
That's it. You know, it begins and ends there.
And where are we living nowadays?
I am actually living in just south of London, and also travel a lot to Barbados.
Aha.
So, you know, so that's right. That's, to me, the English sunset, because, it's, as I said earlier, it's rising in the Caribbean. So
and it was part of England, anyway, or the British Empire.
The English way.
We're bucking the system.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Henry. That'd be funny if he actually walked in. How...
That would be funny.
Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry! Revolution. Never mind. How was the movie over there, taken in England, the Spy Who Shagged Me?
Oh, loved it. Of course, yeah. Of course.
They loved it over there?
Loved the first one as well, yeah. First one was
Wow.
probably bigger than the second one.
And they actually had to get rid of the word shagged in some of the European...
No, but what was great was that because in the United Kingdom, you have to say that, United Kingdom, there are so many kind of intellectual radio shows. You couldn't do this in England, what we're doing now, but there are so many intellectual shows of criticism, and because it's all journalists talking about journalists, so every time the show was reviewed, they had to say, and of course, you know, out this week is the Spy Who Shagged Me, and they